Oh, my name is Beth Green. I'm also known as Granny Rocks. I'm an intuitively guided counselor, workshop leader, all that kind of stuff. I'm an author. And I'm also the star of Granny's Place, where I play the piano and everybody laughs. And hi, Elizabeth. And I answer your questions. Hello, Rose, and hello, Erica. It's so nice to have you here. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about climate catastrophe. Money won't save us. And, you know, I'm really talking about not about whether or not there is climate change. Because if you don't believe there's climate change, you probably aren't going to like a thing that I'm going to say. And please do not send me hate mail. I really don't care. This is like saying, there is a wall. If you hit your head against it, it's going to hurt your head. It's just fact. Let's just go on, okay? But what I'm really dealing with is, why are we still denying it? And how do we think we're going to save ourselves? So here's where I want to start. I want to start with money won't save us, and then I want to talk about why we deny it. And why, believe it or not, today I was reading about the plague, right? In the 14th century, the 17th century, anyway, throughout the world, there were plagues that were horrible: bubonic plague, pneumonic plague, all kinds of plagues. And rich people used to leave town. Now, the fact of the matter is that more poor people died undoubtedly than rich people, because there was, the conditions were terrible in the slums, and there was more rats and all of that stuff. But you could not escape the plague. No matter where you went, there was the plague. And see, it's like that with climate change. No matter where you go, you cannot escape climate change. You go into the forest and you're going to find yourself in forest fires. Obviously, today we have yet another historic hurricane, Hurricane Michael. There's always some historic hurricane happening somewhere. There's tornadoes. There's all kinds of stuff. Fire, floods, God knows, pollution. So there it is. And I don't care how rich you are still going to be impacted by climate change. I mean, maybe you can try to find one spot on the earth where you can have your fortress, but it's going to get you, baby. And, if you're in Florida and the very expensive areas, you're near the coast, all those great places, you're going to get, fire, flood, etc. Okay, so money isn't going to save us. Now, why am I starting with that? Well, because people are always exchanging caring for the planet for money, right? It's like, well, oh, hello there, Stacy. By the way, someone else said hello, but I don't know what their name is. Thank you, Erica. Erica says it's true. So here people say, so why can't we deal with climate change? It's too expensive. We can't retool. We can't change anything because it's too expensive. Of course, the incredible bills that we're getting for all those insurance. How long do you think the insurance industry is going to be able to tolerate climate change? Oh, we're going to be in trouble. So the people who have flood insurance, they're going to survive, but the people without flood insurance aren't going to survive. But it's going to happen. Everybody is going to get into this. And, you can have your beautiful home in the mountains, and, there's a forest fire because of climate change. So it doesn't make any difference. But people say, well, we can't afford to make the change in technology, but we can afford billions of dollars in FEMA and insurance claims and all of that. Okay, so is that a little crazy? So then people say, well, we can't do anything about coal country except continue having coal, because we can't have clean energy because these people need jobs. Well, no, they need money. But all right, so let's say they need jobs, they need money, but it doesn't have to be in the coal industry. But no, we can't give that up, because people, I need this job, or I need to drive this car, or I need this, or I need, right? And in the end, it won't matter. It isn't going to matter. None of it is going to matter, because the UN report tells us that in 10 or 20 years, we're going to be, in desperate condition. And it won't matter how much money you have, you're not going to be able to escape the impact of climate change, the disease, the death, the trauma. There's no way out, guys. And yet we're still acting like we can get away with it. Either because we think that we're going to get away with it because we think we can escape the impact of climate change, which is completely ludicrous. That's like the people who think they don't have to evacuate, right? And then, oh my God, we all have to evacuate. But it's also that we think that it's more expensive. It's more expensive. So we have, you, whether or not you like President Trump on other things, I really don't care. We have elected the, Mr. Climate Denier as president. And instead of showing the leadership that is needed today, which is we have got to do something about the way that we are consuming energy and the way that we farm and everything else that's involved, instead of doing that, I guess it's a Chinese hoax. Some people could have said that the bubonic plague was a Chinese hoax too. It came over from China. Anyway, it's not a hoax. It's a reality. And yet we still act like we can go on exactly the same way and expect a different result. And that is ridiculous. So why do we do that? So we're saying that it's about money, and maybe it is. There are vested interests that want us to spend the money on the thing. Oh, we have to buy the cars because people's jobs are at stake. You have to buy cars because you have the car industry and you have the car retailers, and you've got to have this and you've got to have that because this is what keeps the economy. Oh my God, look at all the jobs. Look at all the jobs. Look at all the jobs. It won't make any difference in 10 years. It won't make any difference in 20 years. Our children are going to curse us. And yes, I needed to go make that extra money so that I could send my child to college. It won't make any difference whether or not your child went to college. When, as things get worse and worse and worse, which they are doing and which they will continue. Hi, Mary Chris. It will not make any difference whether your child has gone to college. We're all going to be dealing with catastrophic climate conditions. So what we're looking at, guys, is the ordinary consciousness of human beings which say, I don't want to change. I don't want to have to do anything differently. It was good enough for mother. It was good enough for me. I went to, we tried to go camping and they have wood smoke, in the fire pits, and I'm highly allergic to wood smoke. So I talked to them, I said, has it ever occurred to you that you're polluting the air? You go to this gorgeous country and you're actually, have these open fires and it pollutes the air for everybody. Oh no, we've been doing this for 20 years. We've been doing it for 50 years. We've been doing it for hundreds of years. Well, obviously, if we've been doing it for that long, we should keep doing it. That's us, guys. We are stupid. You may not like hearing it, but we are stupid. If you're taking heroin, and you've been doing it for years, it's still going to kill you. If we're drinking, it's still going to ruin our lives and give us cirrhosis of the liver. But I've been doing it. My father did it. My aunt Ethel did it. Everybody does it. Everybody does this. We waste, we squander, and we don't think long term. We don't think about what's happening to us. We just want to live our lives in the same old way and never have to think about doing anything differently. And so the climate catastrophe is a catastrophe of consciousness, that we are not willing to look honestly at what we're doing, and we're not willing to change even when our lives depend on it. And we have seen that with every addiction. We know sugar is devastating and we're still eating it. We're still advertising it. It's like it's poison. And yet there are cooking shows all the time, baking shows, right? We're constantly doing things that are self-destructive, and we can't change. So when we're looking at the climate, we have to look at it in the context of us refusing to be willing to face whatever we have to face in order to change. The emotional issues that make us spend the way we do, the emotional issues that make us use our resources the way we do, the emotional issues that make us eat, drink, shoot up, pop pills, speed, gamble, those are no different. We are killing ourselves, guys. We are killing ourselves, and we're killing ourselves with climate change. And we can't just wring our hands every time we have a hurricane. We have to recognize that we have to change everything, the way we relate to the earth, the way we relate to each other, the way we relate to money. Otherwise, it's over. And That's the truth. Stick around, 6:30, you have Granny's Place. I'll make you laugh. I'll play the piano. I'll answer your questions. I don't think you were laughing this time. I'm not laughing. But I'll see you in a few minutes at Granny's Place and maybe at Granny's Kitchen tonight at 7:15. Thank you for listening. Please share this and pass it on. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.